Hi, I'm Karline, and I'm going to be telling you the story of how my grandparents met for the first time and then fell in love and got married. So they were both born in the 1930s in Croatia, which is in Europe, and then they met in the 1950s when they were just teenagers. So my grandpa, I'll describe him first. He was kind of the man of the town. Everybody, all the girls in Croatia wanted him. He was very stylish and young, and he had a pompadour. I will show you if you guys don't know what a pompadour is. But he was very, vain about his hair. He would use honey and water to put it up and make it big and stay, because back then there wasn't any hairspray. So he had hair that kind of looked like this. You see that?
Well, that's him?
That's not him, but
That's just a beaver?
That's just how big his hair was. I don't know if you can see that.
Kind of like Justin Bieber.
Yeah. So it was like that. It was really big, and he kept it up with honey. And like I said before, all the girls wanted him. Now my grandma, she was kind of, she was living with her aunt in this household with a lot of people in it, and she wasn't very sought after, you could say. She had really thick glasses as a teenager because she had some issues in the womb, and her eyes didn't fully develop. So she was still cute, but not what most people would want to go after. I know that sounds harsh, but that's the way my family tells the story. Anyways, so my grandpa used to work for the boats. He would make nets. And then my grandma walked along, all the girls would walk along the water at nighttime. And so that's where they met. He was making nets, he was working on the boats, and there's my grandma, and they met, and they liked each other. Now in Croatia back then, what the men would do is at night, they would kind of go with their buddies, a couple of their friends, to the outside of the girl that they like, her window or her house. And they would serenade her. You know what serenade is?
No.
It's when they sing. So they would go outside of her window and they would sing for her to profess their love. So my grandpa would go, every single night for a couple of weeks, and he would sing for her. And she would just watch out there, and they would talk, and they would occasionally go out. And then after that, all of that singing, they fell in love, and they actually started courting. Do you know what courting is?
No.
No? That's when you date. Modern terms, that's called dating. So they started dating, and they got married. They got married, and they got married when they were 18 and 19. My grandma was 18 and he was 19, and then he went off to the war because it was World War II. Yes, it was World War II, and he came back from the war then, and they remained married. They were married for 64 years, and I have a picture of them married. Let's see here. So that's my grandparents. This was taken a few years ago. Yep. His hair is flatter, but you can see her glasses. They got thicker through the years.
Oh boy. They're so cute.
Yeah, so they were married for 64 years.
Did they have kids?
They had 3 kids.
Well, clearly.
Good story. Yes, they had 3 kids. They had 1 girl and 2 boys. The boys were 14 and 16 when they found out they were pregnant with my mom. They say she wasn't a mistake, but we all know she was. My grandma was adamant that there was no mistake because she wanted to think she planned for a girl. But, yeah. And my grandpa just recently passed away a couple of months ago. So I like telling you the story about how they met to keep him in our memories. Thank you.
You did